It's time to make your move. It's time to make your move. It's time to make your move.
Hold on. Was
Yeah.
that live?
Yeah.
Tongue's always good. All right, let's check out, make sure we're live here. And let's all share it, get it out there. Make sure the sound's on.
It's J-E-N-T.
Yes, Jent.
Yep, we're live. We have 2 viewers, it's us 4 sitting here talking.
All right. I imagine most of the views come afterwards, right? Do you upload it right away, or when does it?
Stays on.
Yeah, there's usually a crowd of people, like your supporters will probably tune in and listen
Yeah.
to it. And then my people will kind of watch it as we share it and stuff. But like
Okay.
I said, it's the reels that
Yeah.
really do well. That's
Yeah.
what does because people don't have a lot of time anymore.
Right. Sure.
So the reels are awesome because we break up bite-sized pieces of what you said.
Yeah.
And they can watch that and then go on.
Yeah, I had a couple people reach out like, "Hey, I'm busy. Is there gonna be a replay and that sort of thing?"
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It'll be on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go
On
back
the
and watch it
channel.
all day. Yeah, it'll be.
Do you
on.
upload to like iTunes or anything? iTunes.
It goes
Spotify,
live
or-
on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Where else? Anywhere else?
I think that's it.
I
Okay.
think we were on Spotify once, but then we were like, "This is not worth
We
it."
would have to basically rip all the audio out.
Yeah, we were on everything for a second, but like we figured out we got to build up something first.
Gotcha.
Technical difficulties are a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
There's only so many people, and
Yeah.
And we all have businesses. So
Right.
we're just trying
it's
to do
just
efficiency.
it's hard to get everything
Yeah.
pushed.
Makes sense.
This has been a.
Luckily, we have
over
a
a
program that helps us with the live portion of it, or it would be a pain in the ass for that too. That helps us go live on multiple platforms at once,
Nice. Yeah, they really do.
and kind of controls, like the titles and stuff like that for us.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that, it'd be really.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
We want to. Is all of our mics
Everything's
working?
good. I can hear it. Am I
All right, let's do it.
Can you hear?
Hang on, I'm still.
Oh, you're still sharing?
Yeah, I'm doing it right. I'm tagging everybody. You guys, appreciate that. Years of listening to me teach them about social media, and they don't do any of it.
And one ear and out the other,
They
right?
don't do any of it.
It's like me trying to teach you about roofing. You'd be like, okay.
I know a ton about roofing. I literally know a ton about roofing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't go install one.
I probably could. I actually have.
Nah, I don't believe you.
I don't know if it's leaking or not, but I have. I also know it's leaking.
It might be leaking, but I
Remember I
do.
told you we used to do the property management. Well, one of the things was they wanted us to go replace the roof on a garage. So we went out there with zero training and did it.
Gosh, it won't let me tag you,
And I
Rob.
actually worked for a roofing company when I was in college too.
Did you? Are they still open?
No, it was just some guy. It was some guy.
Legal liabilities.
So he did the scariest shit ever. He did repairs all through Cincinnati, and we'd be on those like
say Rob
houses
Jent.
that look like castles.
RVJ.
Yeah,
There it
slapping
is.
tar,
Okay,
we
gotcha.
bringing up water to him. Dude, I used to go up ladders that were stained with 50 gallon bucket of water or whatever, and then the concrete on the other mortar. Fucking ladder, that shit.
That's terrible.
I risk my life a lot. That's why I don't do it now.
Are we go 10 seconds?
Let's get it. You ready, Tongue?
I'm ready.
Finish the transaction over there.
Yeah, it's good. I got one closing right now.
Action.
Right.
What's up, guys? It's the Make Your Move podcast, and we are back with Rob Jent from Anytime Fitness. What's up, Rob?
Hey guys,
What's
how you
up,
doing? Thanks for having me on.
Yep. I should have cleared my throat before we started, but here we are.
You could edit that
All
later,
those
right?
technical difficulties.
Right. So, Rob, if you guys don't know Rob, he owns two Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
Manages another one. Also, president of the IDA?
President of the Independence Business Association. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's busy as hell.
Father of four grandchildren. So yeah, I'm pretty busy.
You're tapped out.
Yeah, very much so.
You have four kids too.
Yeah. I just had a buddy of mine that wanted to do like a monthly meeting about marketing. I'm like, dude, I am meetinged out. I have no room on my calendar to add any more right now.
Really?
So, yeah.
That packed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hate meetings.
Yeah, I do too. But
When
sometimes
people are
they're
like, hey, let's
necessary.
meet up and talk about a video. I'm like, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's just meet me there and I'll do my magic and we'll get this done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Rob. Actually, I became a member at Anytime Fitness. If any of you follow me, you know I blew up on LA Fitness one day and left a lengthy Karen report.
Is that what
about
happened?
them.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it actually did well because everybody hates it there because it's so shitty. But things about a gym that I like is the equipment being clean.
Yeah,
and
that's
I know
kind of
Tung-
important.
Tungate, his eyebrows went up. Yes, very important.
I like clean things.
Yeah.
Keep it
Well, if
sanitized.
freaking the people after they use the machine will actually just clean it. It'd be nice.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about like not even just a sitting thing, but like you know how like dust will accumulate on the metal at the bottom and all that.
Right.
Well, this place, man, you could put your hand down there and pick up COVID from 2019.
See, that's what I really.
At LA, just to specify, not our gym.
Yeah, LA. Yeah. So at LA, this was happening, and also all the pieces of the equipment would be breaking apart. Like it would be missing the pin, all those little things. So that drove me nuts after coming from Planet Fitness, which was really nice. Which I like that gym too. It's really nice. But I wanted something that was.
a gym that really takes care of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure.
I wanted a version of that was closer to home, so I didn't have to drive to it.
Yeah.
And so I went up to Anytime Fitness, tried it out, and it was all that and more.
Yeah.
They got an awesome community up there. Since then, I met Rob and started, we did some work together, did some video work, and we interviewed like 7 people who
Something like that,
go there
yeah.
and the employees.
Yeah.
And I mean, like these interviews are so good.
Strong. There were some strong interviews.
Awesome stories. Like each
Yeah.
one of these people could be on the podcast. They all been through shit, and they came to Anytime Fitness and like found the community there. That's really what you're looking for. Somewhere you feel comfortable going in and you're doing all this goofy shit.
Yeah.
you know. And they found that there, and it's a really awesome gym. If you're in the Independence area, I highly suggest it. And that's not just because we've done work together. I was there before then.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, hats off to you on that
Appreciate
business.
that.
I'll tell you what, I'd be going there too. If you guys had like a Menards real close, I'd be there.
We're in talks about a partnership.
We've got an Ace Hardware.
We do, yeah.
It's right
Yeah,
there.
Nathan Weingartner, he owns Ace Hardware. Yeah, he's a great operator. Yeah, so
I love Ace
definitely
Hardware
solid.
because it's smaller.
Yeah.
And like you can get, it has exactly what you need.
They have it feels very boutique, which I like. Like
They figured out what
Get
everybody
nice stuff.
needs. You need the flapper guy on the toilet.
if you want a nice
Kind of like
cooler,
Anytime Fitness, right? It's more of a smaller boutique specialist. You know,
So tell
yeah.
us how you got into it.
And how many hours do we have?
Give us a short form.
Yeah, short form. So I've been in fitness since like '97, and then took a hiatus for about 3 years. Got back into it, and really decided that's what I wanted to do for a career, right? And I found some mentors and really did a deep dive into really the operation side, because before I was a trainer, sold memberships, just knew the surface level stuff. But when I made that pivot to like, this is what I'm going to do moving forward, how do I find out? Because I didn't go to college, right? I didn't have a business degree, so I
they don't
learned
teach you that
the
stuff
hard way.
anyways. Don't worry. I already paid for it. It's waste.
So I was fortunate to identify some people who I wanted to mentor me, and then just learn from there. And then I would read as much as I could. I would go to any seminar or conference in the area, or even within a 5-hour drive, and I would just soak up as much information as I could. And then it kind of just led me to where I'm at now, which is like you said, I own 2 Anytime Fitnesses and manage a third, and I've just been very blessed. And it wouldn't be possible without my team, because that's the secret sauce of my companies, are my employees and my team. That's what sets the tone for our members.
It's a really odd thing too, because I don't know you obviously,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know you were coming on, and I've been actually researching being an owner of an Anytime Fitness for a while.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah, and because I wanted to open up one in Walden.
Yeah. I looked in that area. Yeah.
So it's like they make it easier than a lot of places to open because of it says it does anyway. An experience, you don't have to have experience, you just have to have, $250,000 liquid cash or whatever. I don't know all the specifics, but I can just like ring a bell of like a few things. And so like, how'd that come about? Like
the Anytime Fitness deal, right?
Yeah. How'd that come about for you?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'd been in fitness since like '97, with the exception of 3 years, and then I was running 5 other locations, not Anytime Fitness. They were privately owned between Cincinnati and Louisville, and then they ended up selling those. So then, from that point, a good friend of mine and one of the mentors that I mentioned, he had already opened up some Anytime Fitnesses. I think at that time he had 15, 16 of them. He eventually grew to 21. And he was like, hey, the corporate office is hiring for kind of like a franchise coach position. So they're based in Minneapolis. I flew up there and met with them, and they offered me a position to come on board and do that. And so that kind of led me into the Anytime Fitness world, and did that for a couple of years. But after, I think, about 9 months to a year, we were actually at the annual Anytime Fitness conference, and we were working kind of our corporate booth, and a local franchisee came up to me who I'd met years ago. I'd stopped in and introduced myself, but it was just very, very surface level stuff. And he come up to the booth and he goes, hey, I've got some questions and some problems, and I need some software advice or whatever. And I was like, hey, man, I live in Northern Kentucky. It's no problem. I'll come out to your gym and I'll give you some advice and kind of help you along, you know. And he wasn't really entrenched with it. He had a daytime job, and that was kind of just a side thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of helped him out, and then he would call me periodically, like, hey, any advice on this, or how would you handle this? Fast forward to Christmas time, and he shoots me an email like, hey, do you think an Anytime Fitness would do well in Independence? Ironically enough, I had actually researched and called about some places because I had thought about that years before. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. I've kind of been in that mindset as well. And he said, well, hey, I've got a territory. So when you have a franchise, you have to buy a territory. At that time, I think they were like $30,000. And that just gives you an opportunity to put your flag in the ground and say, this is where I'm going to build. He goes, I bought a territory, and it was actually for Union, Kentucky, and I don't plan on doing anything with it. Would you be interested in maybe partnering up? And I was like, yeah, let's have that conversation when I get back in town. So we met for coffee, and he proposed that to me, and went home, talked to the wife, and we thought about it, ran some numbers, and yeah, man, let's do this. So we moved it from Union to Independence, and that's kind of how it started. And then we started the construction build out, and then I was still working my corporate job, and I would go up in the evenings every night at 5 o'clock to 7, and then Saturdays and Sunday, and sit in a trailer. Started in January, so it was cold as hell anyway, but we would sit in a trailer and people would come in and they would join the gym. So before we even opened, we had 200 members before we opened the door. And
That's huge.
It was really cool because, you know, I live only 2 minutes away from my location, and we already knew people in the community. So that really kind of helped and pushed us to that level. And word got out. And as you know, Quentin, living in Independence, man, it's people in that community want to support small business owners, especially if you're a resident there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it took off.
And it's living in Independence. It's not like real far away or anything, but I've noticed that it's another 15 to 20 minutes on any drive to anywhere that you're kind of used to going.
Independence is on. It's like I've always said this. Independence is like its own island. It's a nice island.
Yeah.
It's just on its own island as far as to get. You have to drive
17. You got to go down 17.
And from Florence, you got to go through all the back roads.
Industrial. So you're like, yeah, there's nothing out here. And then you get out to this beautiful city.
That's how I feel about Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexander's another one.
Yeah, that's another pocket. Yeah.
It is such a pocket over
Yeah.
there. It's so hard to get to.
Yeah. So it's weird because when my wife and I were looking to buy a house, we were actually looking in Alexandria, and we're at a family Christmas party in Independence. She's got some cousins and an uncle lives out there, and they're like, how's your house hunting going? I'm like, well, we just can't find anything that we want. And then her cousin was like, well, there's a house 5 doors down from us. It's in good shape. You ought to check it out. Okay, cool. So we walked in, and as soon as we walked in, we're like, this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is just so weird how now we're so ingrained in the community. It was meant to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I fully believe that.
God will put you where you have to go.
That's
for
exactly
sure.
true, man, for sure.
Yeah, I think all the people out there, they hate that travel. Like even down to try to get to that Planet Fitness, you got to go that whole 17 route.
Yeah.
And then when you open that up, it really, and plus it's deeper into Independence, so you're
Right.
getting that, Nicholson side, all that.
Yeah.
Probably even pulling a little bit from Florence Union,
We are, absolutely. We've got people coming
So
from Union.
it's a smaller place. It's very nice, like a Planet Fitness, but it's like very clean and very nice. But it has a better little community situation. It doesn't have like too much stuff.
Yep.
I've noticed like in Planet Fitness, like we're almost like this. You go upstairs, like the same machines that are downstairs. Like it's just like a huge place, and
It's for volume.
To me,
That's
that's
exactly-
that's
it's a volume
like,
play.
That's got to be a hard. That I'm sure there's like standards you
Yeah.
go by, but like to me, I've always me being a business owner when I walk in, I'm like, man, like how do you guess how many treadmills you got to have in this place? You know what I mean? I know that sounds stupid, but they're not cheap.
Yeah.
So like, and then how often do you have to repair these things? Is there maintenance people in this area? Like how long? When do you have to change them out? Like those are the things that I always wonder about.
Planet
Like,
Fitness is different though. They just go buy new shit.
It's all it's new. It's an ownership board, right? It's there's a lot of people involved with it, but it's a volume game, right? And they're the lowest price out there, so they're there to attract volume. Plus, they do the free guest passes because they know if you come in, you'll probably want your own membership, so they sell it.
Which works.
Huh?
That works.
It works, right? So they need hundreds of treadmills and equipment and stuff like that. For us, we're higher priced, but we don't need quantity. We want quality, good quality people, because that translates to a good community within your gym. Like you were talking about, people wiping their equipment down. Like we've got tons of spray bottles. Like everybody grabs their own bottle and wipes everything down when they're done, right? When you've got thousands of people there, you don't get that.
Well, statistically, a $10 a month person isn't going to take care of things like a $25 to $40 a month person.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. Yeah, absolutely.
You feel like you got some meat in the game in there. Like, I pay to be here. I want to make sure it's nice. It's my place too.
Absolutely.
Gym that attracts all the extremely. I think it's 24-hour fitness.
Yeah, kind of based in California and
it's
other areas.
It's like a rich people gym. It's like $100.
Oh, Lifetime Fitness.
It might be Lifetime.
Lifetime. There's one in Mason, Ohio. That's the closest one here. Yeah.
That's where the rich people work out.
Absolutely.
Because it's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
They're not going to get any trash.
They're paying. They're paying for.
Not
paying for paying for the same type of community there.
Yeah, but a little different.
And we were talking about Planet Fitness being a low-cost model. It's an order-taking model, right? They can hire teenage kids, people in their early 20s, and because of the price, you're going to join. A difference with us is everybody on staff, besides maybe my cleaners, they're all certified or have a college degree in exercise science. So they are educated and well informed to help anybody out. Even the managers and people working in the membership office, they also are certified or have a degree where they can help you out and answer any questions as well. Crazy. So Planet kind of set the standard for that low cost model, and so many other gym models kind of try to duplicate that because of their success, but that's not who they are. And a lot of them almost went bankrupt. Gold's Gym, which was known for Arnold Schwarzenegger and all the main bodybuilders, even they did it several years ago, tried to duplicate that model, and they almost went bankrupt. That's not who they are. They were replacing weight benches with treadmills. That's not your model, man. And you mentioned kind of the LA Fitnesses, so they tried to do that as well. LA Fitness identified markets that they were really getting hurt with Crunch and Planets, because Crunch is that low-cost model.
Yeah.
So what they did, they rebranded in those markets only to Esporta, and then they lowered their price like that too. So you're cutting your revenue in half, but now your expenses are going up because now you're allowing them to bring 1 to 2 guests in every time they come in. Yeah. So something people don't think about is like your wear and tear. It's a race to the bottom. I say that all the time. Yeah. Their wear and tear on your equipment, more paper products, your HVAC. More wear and tear on everything. So I think that's why you're seeing some of that when you go there, the experience isn't what it's supposed to be. Right. Now they've realized we messed up, and now they're changing back to LA Fitness. It was a miserably failed experiment on their part.
Yeah. That is interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, because I do feel like the workout industry and the fitness industry has been I've lived in Evansville, Indiana. Like Bob's Gym is a staple
I've been to
there.
Bob's. It's awesome.
Very big staple.
Yeah.
Anytime I feel like it's been there for a while. But when we were driving home from dinner last night, Lindsay's like, "You remember that building there in Florence? Just changed over to 2 or 3 LA Fitness, and then Esporta, and then something else." And then I was like, yeah, that's a harder business to be long term. I was like, we got a guy that's going to be on. We've got a guy that's going to be on tomorrow. So it'll be. But it's interesting. It's a hard industry to figure out your brand, I guess.
Very hard. Yeah.
Much respect for you being able to handle it.
I think the employee aspect is huge.
Quality.
More than what anybody knows.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's like a Chick-fil-A thing.
For sure.
I love dogging this fucking LA Fitness or eSport or whatever it's called. But when I went in there for an entire month, never checked in. You know why? Because my wife went and got the membership, and every single time I went up there was nobody at the desk. And then every time somebody was there, I would ask them, "Hey, can I get my card or get my thing to get in?" And they wouldn't know how to do it. They would tell me to wait for whoever to come in. Yeah. That's after I'm leaving.
There was no employees there.
Yeah, they were terrible. I took a basketball up to this guy. I'm like, I think it's time for some new basketballs. It was literally flat, and it was The tread was ripping off the sides.
Yeah.
You know, this tailgate, the old beat up basketball. In this nice place that we're paying for all this money to be able to shoot
Their
basketball.
business was failing so bad they couldn't afford to replace
Yeah,
it.
and he was just like,
So
he goes,
cut
yeah,
the
that's
revenue
all.
in half, right?
He goes, yeah, that's all we got. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, this is trash. I threw it in the trash right in front of me and I left. That was nice. That's when I went out to the parking lot and did my rant.
Yeah.
So the cool, I don't know, that's one thing that you get frustrated at. Everybody wants quality. There is, it's hard to get quality all the time. So like, what kind of taught you, like what kind of got you in that mindset from stuff you went through previously in the fitness industry or stuff you've been through in life? Like, how did your mind shift to like, this is what we need and this is how we're going to do it?
You seem to have found what it needed. Everything, They were all failing, but you figured out the combination.
Yeah. So like, is there stuff you learned? Like, did you take some hits in the face a couple
I'm
times
sure
to
any
figure
time
out?
helps you too, right?
Yeah.
Like come to that model, or
Not necessarily, because
No?
I had
Okay.
been in the business for so long, and I was experienced and had a lot of reps as manager and
Yeah,
several different
yeah, you
locations.
were already
so,
running some places.
Yeah, so I knew what worked and what didn't. I
How
think
did you
it
know
really,
to get a mentor?
What's that?
How did you know to get a mentor? How old were you?
So how old was I? Was 26 when I got into the gym business.
Yeah.
26, 27, because I knew I didn't know anything, right? And when I first started, I did well just based on my personality alone.
wow.
Yeah. So,
Selfless in a business, you don't know anything, and it's like that's the hardest thing you can do.
I asked that because I've been seeing on a lot of videos lately. I watch all these motivational things, and a lot of the billionaires and millionaires, they all repeatedly say, you got to get a mentor.
You have
a
to.
mentor is huge.
And it wasn't even a formal mentor. It was like, that dude knows what's up. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm gravitating towards him, and I'm going to pick his brain every chance I get.
Right.
But I think it really kind of started back when I was in high school. I grew up on the west side of Cincy, and I worked for a little grocery store carryout. And it was owned by two old-timers, 70-something years old. And they really forced good customer service on me, right?
Yeah.
I learned that so much. I didn't realize it at the time, but I internalized all that. Like, that's how you treat people, right? Good customer service. You say hello when they come in. You say goodbye when they leave. And so that was ingrained in who I am. And then fast forward, I worked at a local bottling company, in the warehouse, and then watching bottles go by. And I would think, man, you can train a monkey how to do this, right? And there has to be more to life than this. Kudos to the people that do that. It just wasn't for me. I knew there was more.
We need those people.
You do, absolutely. But I had an opportunity to get into the gym business, and the girl who was my manager, she interviewed me and offered me a job right on the spot. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And then when I started, I noticed she didn't exude that good customer service. Right back then, there was no social media. Gyms were kind of high pressure. They'd lock you in a room and they would verbally beat you up until you said, yes, I'll sign. My approach was totally different. And so I would watch her and I'm like, I'm going to do the opposite of what she does, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't have, a closing rate, when they come in, it's how many people you have and how many people you converted to a membership. But my closing rate was really high because people would come back. And I remember having a conversation with her and she's like, I don't know what you do, but people always come back and join with you. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I treat them how I would want to be treated. And
Right.
that was so key. And all through the years, that's what I've continued to do. I read a book by Zig Ziglar, old time motivational guy.
Yeah,
man.
she's
and,
good, dude. She's good.
One of his big quotes that really resonated with me was, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And I was like, boom, that smacked me in the face.
Yeah.
So that's kind of always been my personal mission internally, is like, I just have to help people. And in turn, I get that back. Right?
Absolutely,
Even
yeah.
like with the opportunity to open the Anytime Fitness in Independence, I wasn't looking for anything. I was just trying to help another franchise out. I didn't charge them. I was just doing it for free. And it became a partnership.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. The same one with the gym that I manage in New Richmond. We were just helping them. Wasn't charging a consultating fee or anything like a consultation fee. We were just helping them. And he's like, hey, let's do some sort of partnership and a profit sharing, and appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I think when people get the help from you, they realize real quick, like, oh, we need this guy.
Yeah. So it's transitioned to a lot of opportunities for me, and I'm very thankful for that.
You're a very driven person. That's the vibe. When you were on your way here, I was trying to tell the guys about you. I was like, he's very nice, but he's like very in your face with it. He's going after it. But he's like a really nice guy. It's kind of hard to describe. Where's that come from?
I guess it's just grit, man, internally. So we grew up dirt poor. You know, I grew up in apartments. And then
This is where at Cincinnati?
on the west side of Cincy. Yeah, west side. So, you know, a lot of adversity in my life. So, like, for instance, my real dad died when I was 3. He had brain cancer. My stepdad and my mom both died when I was 11. He had a heart attack. She had a brain aneurysm 30 days later. So we got shipped over to, you know, an aunt and then eventually my sister. But all through that whole thing, like, we were very poor. We couldn't afford things. So I know what that's like. I never want to go back there. So I'm very driven never to go back there again, right? With that, ended up moving back to the west side because we moved around a lot, and then moved back to the west side. Lived with my sister; she took care of my younger brother and I. And then at that point, it was kind of like free reign, and I got mixed up with the party crowd. You know, I was totally in. For reference, like my freshman year, I was on the honor roll. After that, boom, I bottomed out. Yeah. Was not a good student, and really got into the party scene. Got involved with alcohol really bad. I struggled with that until I was 27. And then, like I said, my drive today is just because I don't want to end up where I was, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it is. So I know that the gym industry is what I'm called to do. And if I can help people and mentor other people to get to that point, like I said, it just comes back to me tenfold, you know? So that's why.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I think what's beautiful about gyms and fitness and all that stuff, like, it's a good addiction, right?
Yeah.
Like, in a way, like, it's a really you will see a lot of you will see, and it's documented. You will see a lot of addicts. You'll see a lot of whatever, like, because they get into that same mindset of, like, because you do feel bad. Like, I'm out of shape now, but like, if you push through that 3-week parameter, like, you start feeling guilty when you miss.
It's almost a transfer.
That's me. I've been so busy lately. I've been missing. Guilty.
It's like a transfer of addiction, right?
Yes.
Like, you take that and then you just transfer it to working out, and in turn, I kind of transfer that to being a business owner, an operator. Like, I thrive to do that. I enjoy that. Whether it's early mornings, late nights, I love it. I love the thrill of growing businesses and systems and that sort of thing. So I think that's where it came from, was a transfer of addiction, you know?
I was actually just talking to a buddy about this yesterday. He's a business owner as well. We were talking about hobbies. And he was like, you know, everybody's like, you know, you need to get a hobby, man. I'm like, we do have a hobby. It's growing our businesses. It's growing businesses.
That's what it is.
This is our hobby. Just because it's not we don't sew and knit around a fire.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's not a hobby.
That's true.
It's because we love it, you know, and it's people just don't understand that aren't business owners or have the same mindset that we do, that it actually is a hobby and we don't hate it. Yeah, we might.
People yell at me all the time, hey, you work too much, you work too much. I'm like, I don't work at all hardly.
No, we're not working.
I don't really work. If I wasn't working, I'd take my camera out and probably go record something and make a video.
Right.
Might as well get paid to do it.
It's like, do I hate what I do? Absolutely not. I love what I do. Do I hate some situations that it puts me in? Well, yeah, it's the situation. It's not the actual thing that I'm doing that I hate.
Right.
So it never feels like a job. It never feels like I'm clocking in somewhere.
It's like that saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's so true. There's a Navy SEAL that he's kind of become like an Instagram YouTuber, GJ Shipley. And I heard him talk about life-work balance, or in his case, the military. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about. Is this a long-haired, crazy kind of guy?
No, this guy has short hair, long beard, but he made a reference. It's dials and switches. And when you're working, or in that case, the military, but for us, being entrepreneurs, business owners, it's just dials, right? And so if I'm working, I'm turning my dial more towards the business, and that family and personal dial is a little bit lower, right? But then when it's time to spend time with my family, I'm turning that dial. It may still be in the back of my head. I'm still thinking, hey, how can we improve this? What can we do? What kind of equipment do I need? Whatever. It's still in the back of my head, but it's turned down, way down, and I'm focused on my family.
But
and
it's
that's
still there.
That's how it is, man. There's no switches.
But it's still there.
You're not turning it on and off. You can't.
Yeah.
And I hear people talk
Dials.
about all the time, like, I How do you separate that? You don't. It's just ingrained in who you are, and you just turn that switch depending on how you're categorizing your day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always laugh, and I think that's my wife made a comment to me last night going to dinner that kind of smacked me upside the head, and it was really funny. We were talking about hobbies, and I was like, man, I probably need to try to get into something. I used to play basketball all the time. I said, but now my back feels like it's going to snap in half every time I do. And I was like, I don't know, maybe golf. She looked at me and she's like, what do you mean a hobby? And I was like, I mean, I don't know, something I can like. She's like, with what time, honey? What are you? And I was like, well, that's a good point. And I was,
We'll have the time, though.
yeah. And she
Get
just
you a membership at Anytime
yeah,
Fitness.
and she's like, I really think your hobbies are like you just enjoy building businesses. And I was like, well, yeah, that's true. So that's kind of, that was a conversation we
get
had
back to
going
work,
dinner
honey.
last night. Yeah, so it was kind of funny.
The gym is like therapy for me, man. It's like
That's what I was going to get on next.
it's not an addiction thing because I'm already addicted to running a business.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that.
Right. Sure.
The gym is almost like, here's your break. You know, pop on my music, and even if I sit on a machine for a couple minutes before I do a set, it's that mental breathe in and breathe out thing. And then when I push those weights, it's like I'm pushing all that stuff that I've held in all week or from the day before out.
The mental health benefits are way higher than the physical.
I tell you what, like before I started going to the gym, I would say my mental health was not very good. Worry and anxiety and stuff like that. But when I started going to the gym, not only did I notice physical changes, I noticed mental changes as well. I'm able to actually process and think about things without snapping now because that anxiety and pressure is almost gone. And the gym really helps with that.
It does. Quentin and I have even talked about that. Just the mental benefit is huge, right?
Yes.
It's not just about building big muscles and getting healthy. Just the mental benefit is that you can't really quantify that. And for instance, like this past Monday and Tuesday, I was slammed. My calendar was just so busy I couldn't fit in a lift. And I told my wife Tuesday night, I said, I've got to get a lift in tomorrow. I said, I need it, right? And then yesterday, she texted me, hey, how's your day going? I was like, oh, it's good. I actually got a lift in today. And she goes, good, I'm glad you got it in. Because I can tell with myself, man, like my patience is not where it needs to be.
Mental
I can't think
deterioration.
clear, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it just really helps with all of that, man. Even if it's just 20 minutes, a half hour, I like to lift an hour to hour and a half when I can because I like to do it at my own pace. But just doing a little bit can really clear your mind and just kind of set you free.
It's the gym too, man.
Yeah.
I've bought equipment for the house. It don't work. It don't work.
No,
It
it's
doesn't work.
tough.
Spend thousands of dollars, even in a separate building from my house.
Yeah.
I'm still at my house.
You won't go. Here's why.
No, you do go. I do it all the time, but it's not the same. You don't get that same
You're not
mental
pushed.
relaxation.
You're not pushed.
because you're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see,
still at
when
home.
you're in a gym, you're in a totally separate energy realm.
Yeah.
I believe in energy a lot.
Me too.
And when you're in a place where
It's a people.
that positive energy is around you because everybody's in that same mental state
Yeah.
to release, you can feel that.
Right.
And my garage just isn't it.
Whether it's your garage or your basement, man, if your phone rings, you're going to pick it up and like, oh, let me take this.
Yeah, dude.
If you're in a
The
regular
gym, I'm
gym
not
and you've
doing
got weights on the bar, I can get that when
I mean,
I'm
I'll
gone,
look
right?
at my phone and change my music, but if somebody's calling me, I'm like, no, dude.
That's it. Yeah, they're going to voicemail.
Yeah, you're
100%. But also too, it's just that mental, like, oh, that dude's lifting that. I need to step my game up, or wow, they're running faster. I need to pick my game up. So there's some of that comes into play too.
Accountability is what I learned when I was interviewing your people. A lot of them were like, some days I don't want to come to the gym, but I feel like I'm going to be letting people down. The group of people that they're working out with, or the group of people they say hi to every
That's
day,
true.
they're going to be like, oh, they're wondering where they're at. Or you get that. Do you ever have this feeling when you're at the gym, like when you see the same group of guys all the time?
I see the same people every day.
You're thinking, if I don't go, they're going to think I was just playing games.
If I notice
I'm not really out here
When I notice
lifting.
them, they notice me.
Yeah.
And then when I'm not there, they're like,
Yeah.
pussy.
That's what I was trying to say.
I'm not going to do that.
Then when you go back in, you're kind of embarrassed. Sorry, I was gone for a week.
They go up and shake their hair like, who the fuck are you?
But like even like my wife's cousin, the one that recommended that we look at a house 5 doors down from them, Harry Caverly, Harry and Kelly. Harry comes in at 5 a.m. in the morning, and he is religious with it. And we do heart rate monitor training where you wear a heart rate monitor, and we've got TVs that shows how many calories you burn that day, how many you burn for the month. And
That's pretty cool.
he really got motivated by that because we have a lady, Donna Mosqueda, that comes in at like 3 o'clock every morning, and she's like 74 or so, and she's there religiously every day. Even when it snows, like she'll take a picture of our parking lot, and I'm like, you shouldn't be out driving in this, but she's there regardless. And her points are up there on the screen. So Harry, he's told me that there's mornings he wakes up and he's like, man, I just don't feel like going. He goes, but Donna Mo's there, so I got to get there.
Yes, exactly.
He didn't even know her, He didn't even know. But the fact that she's in her 70s and he knows she's there,
His mental
I got to
state's
get my ass
fucked.
up and go. It's so cool. It just, there's so many different things that trigger people that make them want to go. You talked about like when you interviewed our clients. So we specialize in small group training, which is like 2 to 5 people. And what's really cool is like when those people start, they don't know anybody else. But if they come at 9 o'clock, that time works for other people, and they come in the same day at 9 o'clock. You get to know those people, and then you get to become friends with them.
Yeah.
And what's really cool for me is I see these people out, like on Facebook. They'll be at a dinner, and there'll be 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, none of them knew each other before they became
Bringing
training
people
clients,
together.
man.
So
And
in your gym,
it's a community.
like if you see somebody about to hurt themselves, do you guys go
Yeah.
up like, hey, you're doing this wrong. You're about
Yeah,
to fuck yourself up.
you got to be tactful the way you do it.
I
right?
see,
Yes.
I see
Yeah.
things. It's like
It's like,
at Planet Fitness, you see the old people just like.
Yeah,
You see the videos on TikTok where the people are.
That's just real life.
Every day,
I thought that
every
shit
day.
was fake, but it's
real.
life.
and you get them in every gym. But yeah, you have to be tactful. You just go, hey, can I show you a different way to do that? Or let me show you a way that may hit your muscles a little bit different. But then there are those
Hey, let me
outliers that,
save your vertebrae.
yeah, that as soon as you walk away, they're right back to doing what they're doing. It's like, okay, well,
that is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to overcome is proper form.
yeah.
So I always wanted to go in there and lift fucking heavy and be a strong dude.
It's all about slow and slow.
So I'm over here, you're doing tricep workouts at 50 pounds, but really my shoulder,
Getting your shoulder, back,
all
and
this shit. But I can go to 10 pounds, it feels like nothing. But after 40 of them bitches,
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, this lower weight and proper standing and proper form is way superior.
Proper form is just so important, right?
You're putting the weight on
do
the
more-
actual muscle that you're trying to work.
Right. You could do more work with less time and less energy, And I know I was a teen and I was in my 20s. It was ego lifting. How much weight can I put on it? Now it's like, no, it's I lift light weights, high reps, and more controlled, and really target that muscle.
What do you
There's a thing called mind muscle connection that. After some time, you learn, you think like, okay, I'm trying to target my triceps. Let me keep my elbows in, keep them tight, go down. It's like, oh, I can feel that pump. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Yeah.
I've hurt myself.
And that's what's interesting too is like I think that
I'm hurt right now.
I
can't heal.
I think with all the technology, there's so many different kinds of workouts now that people get confused on. Like, for instance, when me and Quentin were playing basketball, it was high rep, low weight, like because you're more in a cardiovascular state.
You don't want to bulk. You want.
I remember when I worked out with my buddy that was on the UK football team. Completely different kind of workout.
Yeah.
Some high rep, but like you were really stacking. You were wanting to get higher up in the weight category eventually. But it was like more Olympic movements.
And that transfers to the field, absolutely.
Exactly. So like, what do you do to kind of fit in with all those, or do you feel like you are a certain segment of that, or because you also have your CrossFitters, right? That like, to be honest, it's great, but like my knees are smoked by the time I get done with the CrossFit workout. That's just the way it is.
Do negative workouts.
Yeah. So whatever.
down
So
really slow.
whatever kind of like, do you kind of have a bunch of different stuff in your gyms to kind of do with all that?
We do, yeah. We can accommodate a wide range of people, but it goes back to, it's quality over quantity. We're not looking to fill it,
Right.
Like that, because we have people that create that community and really keep an eye on things. And, I'll have people text me, like, hey, this cable just broke, sorry, or whatever it is. But for us, we've got a free weight room. We've got a functional training area. We've got circuit equipment. We've got cardio. So we can accommodate a lot of people, whether you're a brand new person or even if you're a CrossFitter and you can't make it in for your WOD of that day or whatever, or injuries. There are a lot of people that jump into CrossFit and have shoulder injuries and knee problems. We can accommodate those people as well. So whether you're doing Olympic lifts or just doing very basic or even senior exercises, we can accommodate that. But I go back to our personal training, which we've really carved a really good niche out. And we've got people from the early 20s until like they're 75-year-old in our group, and they're working out together, which in theory is crazy, but it works, right? Even though you're in a group, you're kind of doing your own workout, but it's all functional movement. You're not pushing the weight where you're going to injure yourself. We're teaching people how to live better.
Longevity,
Quality of
right?
Life. The motion is lotion, and my coaches do a great job. They may have 5 people in a group, and they're there keeping an eye on everybody and critiquing their form and teaching them that mind-muscle connection, how to do that better, keep your back straight, don't bend, that sort of thing. And there's a formula that goes into it, right? It's a push movement, it's a pull movement, it's a knee eccentric, it's a hip eccentric, and a core, and then a finisher to get your heart rate up. So there's a recipe to those workouts, but it's for everybody. You can go in, like I said, between whether you're 20 or 75, and you can work out with that same group.
Do you guys have a QR code on the machines to show you how to do it?
We do, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We also have a workout app that can, whether you put in if you're at home with no equipment or you're at the gym with everything, and it can kind of give you workouts too as well. But honestly, it's a great tool. But we find that most people are better if they get involved in some sort of coaching program with us or something. And people are like, "Are you worried about AI taking your job?" No,
can't work
no,
out.
because you can't give hugs and high fives, and that's what we specialize in, is hugs and high fives. Right? When somebody does good, it's that personal touch, that interaction that goes a long way. Yeah, Instagram, you can go to Instagram, YouTube, and you can get any workout you want. Right? It's no big deal. It's not the same as
you
having
gotta have
somebody
someone
that
there
really
pushing
cares. Yeah, and now there's so much information that there's bad information out there. And somebody brand
And
new,
it's
how do you
overwhelming.
filter through
It's
it?
overwhelming,
Yeah.
to figure out what the hell do I really need to do?
Yeah, there's so much information. There's no information because you can't trust it.
The bad thing with YouTube and looking up workouts is, personally, when you're on the machine, you feel like you're doing it exactly like that video.
Yeah.
But in reality, your back is not straight.
Right.
But you feel like you're doing it right.
Yeah.
But with that person there, you're like, listen, your back is not straight.
Yeah.
And
when you're watching on YouTube or Instagram, they're showing you what they're doing now. They're not showing you how they got there when they first started. You may be a newbie, and it's like, oh, I'm going to do that. That may not work for you, and everybody is different. You got to find out what works for you. Maybe you need higher reps. Maybe you need a little bit more weight. You've got to change it up, and that's where our staff and our coaches do a really good job trying to identify those.
social media and YouTube has completely ruined the emotions of everything.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it's just like relationships. You look it up, you see perfect relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not real, okay?
Right.
And same thing with bodybuilding. You don't just get that.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Even with gear, you don't just get muscles.
Right.
You still have to work out with gear.
Yep.
I don't care if you're on 500 milligrams of trim. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything for you if you're not putting in that work, eating correctly.
Right.
And people just think you can just blow up and be a perfect, grease statue.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work.
Especially with the young kids.
That's what it is. That
Right.
instant gratification, dude.
It's so different. When I started, I joined the gym when I was 16, started working out 14, joined the gym when I was 16, and I would see guys that were fit, and I would watch. Like, man, what's that guy doing? How does that working out? And then I maybe would go up and like, hey, how do you do that? And then they would share that information. Nowadays, it's like these young kids, they see it all on TikTok and on Instagram. They think that's the way to do it. And then, like we were talking about identifying somebody potentially hurting themselves, that if you go up and say, hey, man, let me show you a different way to do that. Oh, no, that's not what the guy I follow does. Okay. Good luck with that. But, we offer that help. But it's kind of really diluted that and that passion. And now, a lot of this young generation that comes to the gyms, they all think they're influencers, right? You don't even need a certification or have any experience. If you're a young person and you work out and it's worked out for you, now all of a sudden you want to carry a tripod around and post everything you're doing and think that people are going to follow you and pay you for workout advice.
What I hate is the young guy who's skinny because he's young.
Yeah,
And he's
right.
talking about his workout and his diet and all that. Like, bro, you could be eating whatever you want and not work out and you would look
Their
like that.
metabolism's super
Yeah,
fast.
I want to see an old fat dad get skinny and
Yeah.
then I'll listen to him
Yeah,
how he did it.
yeah. I mean, their testosterone's still in check. Like their metabolism is through the roof. They're burning those Big Macs and everything. But yet, they want to take their shirt off and post pictures. It's like, put in some work.
Can you speak on nutrition and gear?
And gear. So
Will you tell kids to stop doing this shit?
yeah. And not even gear. Sometimes
good
it's
for
just
them.
supplements. It's like
This shit is not good for them.
we'll have a 17-year-old kid that wants to take something that those pre-workouts that are really heavy. It's like you don't need that
Dude, your
pre-workout.
testosterone's 1,500.
Just
Work
get
the
some
fuck
sleep.
out.
Change your lifestyle. But if somebody's on it, like I believe as we get older, you need hormone replacement therapy,
I'm on TRT.
and you need it under doctor's advice and tutelage. But these young kids that are jumping on it, all they're going to do is sabotage their
Later in life.
their hormones later in life, man.
dude,
It's going to come back to haunt them. But even like I said, some of the pre-workout, it's stuff that they shouldn't be taking. They naturally have energy. Just go to bed or change your workout time. But nutrition is key. It's like 80% of all your results, and it's what you put in. And we now offer some nutrition coaching at our gym. Because we have now certifications that we're able to get to do that. Before you had to be a licensed nutritionist, so we would actually had a company we were working with to kind of give our clients that information, and they would do that. But now we're just launching that in-house. So I think we're really going to see even more results from our clients with that.
Why I've mentioned this is because I had an idea for the gym.
Yeah.
And it's to build meal plans with UPC codes and Kroger click lists.
Yeah, that's great.
So you can literally give them a QR code. They can scan the QR code
Yeah.
and it adds everything that they need based on their calorie, protein needs, and their goals.
Sure.
And they can literally click list it and pick it all up.
That's a great idea.
And then
Absolutely.
they have all the recipes as well.
I like that idea.
There.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I would use that.
Yeah, and it makes it makes it instant gratification.
For sure.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And people hate putting in the work to do any fucking
Yeah.
thing now. So it's like having to go to the store, push the cart around, let me build these recipes. But I feel like if it's there,
Yep.
it's something you can charge for. I feel like.
Especially if you have like a body scanner. So we have a medical grade body scanner at my gyms. It's called the eVolt scan, and Quentin's seen it. But it gives you a readout of a lot of stuff going on with your body. But more importantly, it gives you your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories you're burning not doing anything, just living. So that's your standard base calories just to survive. And then you would build the calories on top of that, what you need depending on how hard you're working out and that sort, how active you are, and build that out. So that's something that we're able to provide, and we have that scanner that we can do up front, and then all of our clients get assessed every 8 weeks. They get back on the scanner, and then we go over those results with them to see how they're progressing or regressing, and if we need to dial something in. But it tells you your visceral fat, like the fat on your body that's actually doing your body harm and that sort of thing. This scale will give you all of that information.
And that's like the really intent, like you have to do sincerely intense stuff to even touch that visceral fat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's really being a well-rounded approach to fitness, and not just when I started the fitness business, you would just take people through like bodybuilding type routines. The education wasn't there, and now there is so much education and so many tools that we have at our disposal. And I think at any time we do a really good job utilizing a lot of that stuff. We bring in that tech.
It makes me want to get a membership out there. It's out of my way.
I've been
man.
trying to get him to get one.
It's
so
just
I
out
have
of my
workout
way.
partners.
Yeah,
we used to be
gotcha.
workout partners at Planet Fitness, and then I don't know, we had a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff happen.
So I guess
he got hurt.
go
I got
through
hurt.
it. Let's go through like how from start to finish, like what all your business provides. So like, did you go through like when you joined? Did you go through this like the scan and everything,
I didn't
or what?
I didn't do the scan thing. No.
Okay, so like
It all depends on what you want, right? Like we offer it.
Yeah.
It's up to them if they want to take advantage of it. So yeah, so if you come in anytime, what's going to happen is they're going to sit down with you. They're going to find out kind of what your goals are. What are you looking to do, right? Because when we show you around, we're going to customize the tour based on what you're looking for, right? Like at one time when I bought my Amelia location, there was a existing employee that we had a 30-something-year-old mom and a 17-year-old daughter come in and take a tour, and he took them over to where the heavy weights were. Like, they don't care where that's at, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to sit down with you, kind of find out what your goals are, find out what your health history is, any injuries that we need to know about, that sort of thing. And then they're going to tailor the tour, even though we're not a big place, so they're going to tailor that and really highlight the areas that is important to you. And then from that point, then you can opt to get a membership or not, or we also offer some programs like a 21-day reboot program and that sort of thing. You don't have to be a member to do that. Now the cost varies if you're a member or a non-member, but we offer some entry-level programs if you just want to try it out and see how that works. And then from that point, like we set up a goal-setting session that you're going to meet with one of our coaches, which is going to talk a little bit about that, but a lot more in depth. Like, hey, tell us about your health history, any medical issues we need to know about. Have you ever been injured? And then we're going to talk about like their dietary nutrition needs, that sort of thing. And then we're going to get them on that body scanner, go over those results. Oftentimes people are like, I want to lose 10, 15 pounds. We'll get you on the body scanner. It's like, okay, 25, right? And that's real data that you need to be healthy, and then it'll give us recommendations on your caloric intake, your protein, your carbs, and your fats. And then at that point, they'll take you on our functional training area, and they'll take you through a sample workout to kind of show you everything that we can offer. It's not necessarily that bodybuilding, like, with Quentin, your experience, you come in, you kind of know what you want to do. We respect that. If you want to do that, that's fine.
it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. I didn't have much of that because I walked in, I was just like, this place is clean, sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what
I
we
like, because that's how
yeah.
I am in the gym. I like to really put my headphones on. I use it as a space like Richie was saying. I go there, and it's like, I don't go there to socialize, but I love seeing the same people, waving hi to them, nodding to them. But I'm headphones in, relaxing, pushing out that weight, breathing, thinking about life and what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm in my zone. So I need a clean place where I can get in wherever I want, that's close to home. I go in there, and like you said, 20, 30 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, just get it done. And you did a great job showcasing that in the videos that you shot for both locations. So, kudos to that. It was phenomenal. I knew they would be good, but they surpassed my expectations with what you and Aiden did. So, yeah, great job for that.
I'm glad. I can't wait till this come out. I'm real excited about them.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's just like we talk about so much. It's the culture, right? It's when we hire new employees, especially Jim, my manager, he's been with me for 10 years. Well, he came from a different gym that you didn't talk to people. Like you were just there in case you had to change the toilet paper or something like that. So when he started with me, I'm like, hey, you have to say hello. Everybody comes in. Hello. Go out of your way. Hello. And people are kind of caught off guard. But he thought, man, this is just kind of weird. Now it's ingrained to who he is. When they leave, you got to say goodbye. Make sure you say goodbye. And we get to know everybody's names. Where now people come in and they look at the office, they're expecting that greeting, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll find the employees and like, hey, I'm leaving, just want to let you know, thanks. And it's such a unique culture there. It's because I think we were able to do that right from the start. When we opened 10 years ago, I was working in the club every day, and then Jim was being mentored by me, and now he's got it down. He's better at it than I am. And then all the staff we've hired since then is really good with that. I purchased the Amelia, Ohio location about a year ago, and we had to change that because they were not talking to customers. And if they grabbed you, it's because there was a problem with your billing or something. They said hello. So we would see that. We'd start to say hello, and then they stop like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. It's like, no, just want to say hello. How are you today? That goes a long way, man. And that's continued with kind of our business model as well.
If you said hello, they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
So
that's the problem.
Guard was automatically up.
Automatically, because the staff would just sit in an office all day and not talk to the members, and there was no culture there. So, we've been there a year, and we're already turning that around. It's huge. And when I come in to visit, members will come up and thank me for changing things around, bringing in some new equipment, changing the light bulbs, because like when I bought it, 70% of the light bulbs are out. It's like, why aren't your lights changed? Oh, shoot, the owner wouldn't buy us light bulbs. I'm like, okay, that's a problem. So it's just a little attention to detail.
There's an owner that's there for the money, and there's an owner that cares.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what every business.
And she was in Chicago, and they would tell me there'd be a 6-month span, and they never heard from her. So they were just on an island to themselves trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think because we established that culture, and now it's like a family. And sometimes, like, if somebody's sick, they'll go to a little clinic in Kroger right across our parking lot. Sometimes they will stop in the gym and tell Jim, the manager, like, hey, I was diagnosed with the flu. I won't be here for a few days. It's like a call would work, but it's like they feel part. Like if they're going to miss it, they want to see.
They don't want people there wondering where they're at.
Yeah, and there are people that, if they stand out and I see them every day and I don't see them, then I'm either calling them or from Facebook friends, I might send them a message like, hey, everything okay? Where are you? But because of that, and because we were able to set that standard with culture, that's turned over with some of the good things that we really do in the community, like Steinford Toys, for instance. So a member came up to me in 2018 and asked if I would put some boxes in my lobby for Steinford Toys. For those of you who don't know Steinford Toys, it's a local, started 100 years ago or so in northern Kentucky, where they would take old toys and repair them and then distribute them for Christmas. Now they do donations, and they have a warehouse in Main Strasse down here. And then you pick a zip code, we go there and we'll distribute sometimes, and it's like, give me a 41051. They will load you up with as many boxes as you can take, and then you go and you deliver to those people. So we put a box in, and it was something because I believe charity always starts at home. And it was something like, man, that's really cool that these toys stay in northern Kentucky, right? It immediately impacts our neighbors. Right. So we've got more involved with that every year. And now our lobby is full. Like we put it out 2 weeks ago. And then after a week, our boxes were overflowing. There were toys in my lobby and that sort of thing. Steinford came, picked them up, took a load, and the guy called me and goes, hey, as soon as I was loading it out, somebody was bringing in several boxes. Our lobby's back to being full again. So here we are 2 weeks into it, and they've already taken 2 large loads of toys, and it's not even Thanksgiving. So it's awesome that we can impact the local community that way. And I've kind of segued that into the business association, and we have a lot of other local businesses that are collecting toys for Steinford because it stays here. I mean, Toys for Tots, whatever, those are great, but it touches my heart to know that they stay in northern Kentucky, and you have the opportunity to go distribute them. And when you do, most people don't answer the door, but there's instructions on where to leave it. But when they do, and you knock on the door and you're like, Merry Christmas from Steinford, just the way their face lights up is really cool, because in some of these situations you can tell that they don't have a lot, and if it wasn't for Steinford and all the local businesses collecting those toys, they wouldn't have any Christmas at all. So that's a really cool thing. Last year, the North Carolina flooding.
I was just getting ready to bring that up. You guys responded to that flood situation pretty well too, didn't you?
And man, that was just incredible the way our community responded with that. So my head trainer, Tony Jenkins, he is a former Marine, and he's involved in this volunteer group. It's a lot of former military guys and Leos, and they just do good things in the community. If there's a natural disaster, they'll go and they'll help out. So when the flooding started in North Carolina, he came to me and he goes, hey, do you mind if I take a couple of days off? We want to take some food and stuff down to them. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And you won't have to use a vacation day. I'll just pay you for that, right? And I said, matter of fact, let's get involved. Let's really get involved and let's collect stuff here. And so he was all for it. So I put some stuff out on social media. And the next day, Channel 5, WLWT called and like, hey, can we come out and do a story? And man, that just blew up. And I talked about the toys in our lobby. Yeah. The amount of food, diapers, dog food, water. People were bringing water in by the cases. Like you couldn't walk in our gym. Like we were moving stuff out on the workout floor because it was so packed. And I can't remember how many truckloads that we took. The city of Erlanger was the main hub where they were going to load up all the trailers to go to North Carolina. And when we went to take all of our supplies that our members, not even our members, community saw it on Channel 5, and they're just pulling up to the gym, just bringing in tons of stuff. But when we took it to the city of Erlanger, we filled that up. And the guys that took it down to North Carolina that are part of this group, this volunteer group, they said that the Anytime Fitness contributions based on the community outweighed the entire city of Erlanger and what they collected.
Wow.
Which is mind-blowing. And that just, we were just the catalyst to make that happen. It was the people and our members of our community that came out and supported it. And I really think that has a lot to do with our culture too, right? It's if you're not involved in your community and that sort of thing, you don't get that kind of traction. Yeah. But the fact that we are, I think that really helped out a lot. So,
yeah, I think your business is successful because the customer service, the community, you're helping like. It must be really fulfilling for you because you're helping so many people, like with the health and mental health part of the going to the gym. And I know that just like I said, from doing the interviews with your people, like a lot of those people were like, yeah, I was in bad shape until I came here. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that it's not just physically, like they got physically fixed along the way.
Or they're still on the journey.
Yeah. And it's the mental aspect of it, the community, the not letting people down, showing up, and that's what's making the gym successful. that wanting to show up to not letting someone down they're all feeling that. So they're all showing up. They're all getting better. They're all getting better physically. They're all getting better mentally just from the community atmosphere versus just having a building that's unlocked 24/7 that people can go in and lift weights.
I tell my staff all the time, if you look out there, there might be 10, 20 people out there. Every single person out there has a story. It's our job to find out what that is and how we can impact that in a positive way.
There's a reason they're there.
Yeah, for sure. And we've had clients that have trained with us. We'll be open 10 years on March 2nd. We have clients that literally have trained with us since we opened. And they know more than any new trainers that we bring in. They know they've been doing it. But it's that sense of community, that instruction. They know that trainers got their best interest at heart, and they don't want to lose that, right? It really helps them, both mentally and physically. So that's huge. And part of something that we do every year that I think is unique to us is we celebrate that anniversary every year. And it's in March, but we like to do stuff outside, so we kind of pushed it to June. And we started doing an anniversary party. It started out in March 2nd. I would bring in some catered food, and we would just give some T-shirts away or some shakers. And then it continued to grow, and it got bigger and bigger. And as our business grew, I felt that it needed to grow with our business. So 4 years ago, I hired, one of our members is in a band, High Road Band, and it's Frank Laza. And I was like, hey man, would your band come and perform for us here in the parking lot? So we had a band, we had one of our members had a food truck, and that was kind of it, right? And then we had about 150 people show up, and it was a really good time, just a way to kind of celebrate our members and our community, because we invite anybody that, you don't have to be a member, just come show up in our parking lot. And that's continued, and this June, we got rained out, so it got rescheduled for September, and we have the Naked Karate Girls there, as well as the High Road Band. They've played every year, and so the High Road Band opened, and we had the Naked Karate Girls. And then we had food vendors, we had just other local vendors.
I mean, it
there.
looks like a straight up party in the park that they have there, or some sort of festival. Like if you're not from Independence and you're driving by, what the heck's going on over there?
We had people. I'll see it on Facebook. What's going on?
I got to come to it for the first half of it, but I had to go something else later that evening. But full band, all the businesses having their little areas and their tables up and all that. And just crowds of people there already in at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's if you look over there, you're like, man, this city must be putting this on.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's just anytime fitness party.
Yeah. So the mayor last year was the first time he was able to come. I've got a great relationship with our mayor, and I had always invited him. He couldn't make it. He came last year, and when I got done thanking everybody for coming out, he walked up to me and he goes, "Hey, I'm glad I was able to make it." He goes, "This isn't a parking lot party. This is a festival." Right? It's, we have bounce houses, and it's just awesome. I mean, it does cost us some money to do it, but it's our way to kind of show appreciation. And something cool that we've been able to do the last 2 years is to kind of find a charity that we can use that as a platform to raise money for the charity. Yeah. I've got a guy who I've become really good friends with through the gym. His name is Dave Shields, and he has Parkinson's. And he puts on an event every year called Rock on the James. That's a Southgate house. And he'll have 4 bands, and they play for free, and it's a way that they can raise money for Parkinson's. I think we've sponsored it. Now we've been the lead sponsor along with Independence Cleaners for the last 3 years. And so I went to the event, and they were $3,000 short of their goal. They wanted to raise $10,000 that year. So after thinking about it, I was like, hey man, why don't you set up a booth at my parking lot party, sell some raffles, I'll get some stuff together. We can raffle all that stuff off, and let's raise money for your charity. And so that's what we did last year. And I think he raised $2,200, and then the owner of Independence Cleaners, Jim Wright, he's a buddy of mine, he donated the rest to make sure that they hit that $3,000.
Nice.
So it was awesome to be able to do that. This year, I partnered with Steinford Toys, right? Because they still need donations in cash and that sort of thing, not just in November, December. They do it year round. Yeah. They have fundraisers throughout the year. So it was like, hey, let's come out, let's set tables up, let's do raffles. And every vendor that's there, I ask for a $50 basket or a gift card or something like that we can put in the raffle and help raise money for that. So it's really cool to be able to give back. It's a platform to give back to our community and members, but it's also a way to give back to a charity that we're involved with as well.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love that you're going after every type of thing you can do to help the community.
I heard a long time ago, if you want to see change in the world, start locally. And I was like, that's what I need to do, right? Because we all know the world's upside down right now. So if we can focus on our community and change it just a little bit, then that will spark change, farther out. So we're just trying to do our part, And then also I'm the president of the Business Association in Independence. And we kind of do the same thing there as well. We're always working with charities and that sort of thing.
Right.
We will pick charities or the American Legion or different things like that and raise money for that. So we're fundraising all throughout the year. And that organization is really, it's very special to us. When my friend Diane and I, we kind of took over kind of the leadership positions a few years ago, the membership base was down to 15 members. Now we're at 74 members, and we're bringing a lot of value to business owners. And it's not just a networking group. It's not like that at all, because I hate going to networking events that somebody comes up to you and they're just waiting for you to stop talking so they can shove a business card in your face. I hate those kind of networking events. That's not me. So with this, there is some networking, but it's all organic. It's none of that. Here's my business card. Call me.
It's more like, hey, all the business owners in this community, we're going to meet up this day. Let's talk about what's going on in the community and see if we can help each other. That's real. It's really just like that. Yeah,
it's a cross between the networking and a civic group, because we're raising funds or we're getting involved in our community.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I joined the association. I've been to one meeting, and that's what I noticed. Is like, this is more about independence.
Yeah. Yeah, we had
the mayor was there, and it was just like he was giving us numbers on how independence is growing in the right direction, stuff like that, and it was really awesome and eye opening to see. It wasn't like a BNI meeting.
No, not at all.
None of that.
That's not my thing. The BNIs. Special plug this Monday at the Independence Senior Center at 6 p.m. Quentin Day will be there talking about the value of digital marketing and what you can do to improve your business.
Yes, sir. And free headshots afterwards.
Free headshots. And, with this guy, I, reach out to him and ask if it would be something he would be willing to do. Actually, our park and rec director in Independence, she's like, hey, would he be willing to do it if we pay a little bit? So I reached out to Quentin and said, hey, is this something you would do? And he goes, you know what? I'll do it for free. I was like, you don't have to do it for free. Just we'll pay you something. He goes, no, I'll do it for free. It's my contribution. So, hats off to him too, because those are the kind of people that we want in our circle, that I want in my circle, and that you're just willing to help out and kind of and pay it forward.
Right.
It'll
Yeah.
come back around.
Just like you said earlier, I learned it from Gary Vee.
Yeah.
The more you give, the more it comes back, and it works. It really does. If you're out there and you got a business and all you do is sales stuff, that just doesn't work.
No.
Go give,
No.
even if it doesn't make any sense to what you're doing.
Right.
I've always said, if you want to shift a negative day, just go buy something for somebody. I don't even care if it's a coffee. Like, legitimately, anybody out there that watches this, I'm telling you, it's secret sauce. You're having a really crappy day, and the world's trying to get on you. Just go buy somebody else a $5 something.
Yep.
And it'll shift your mindset. And then what's even more hilarious is you'll go get, and if you stay aware of that and you just look for it, eventually, 2 days, 5 days, it'll come back trifold, and it'll almost correlate directly back. That's my challenge.
Yeah,
Y'all
it
can
does.
call me out publicly for that, but I'm telling you, try it. Just try it.
I totally agree with
It
that.
works.
I agree.
And it's such a beautiful thing, and it's something that's in the good book. So
It's just one of those things that's kind of cool, and I love that you give back.
I like doing it too. It's a fun.
I've been
it's
out
a
with
fun
him
thing.
buying people's Thanksgiving dinner in Kroger and stuff,
awesome.
coming up with a credit card and shoving it in.
Yeah, I've been through a restaurant drive-through, a couple times, and they're like, all the people in front of you paid for it. It's like, wow, okay, I don't know them, they don't know me. I'm very capable of paying for it, but it makes you feel good, and it's like, man, I want to do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
And
starts.
and another thing is, like, isn't it crazy how people, they don't accept the blessing in a way too, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's okay. Like, you can be well off and still accept a blessing. Just
Yes.
know, all right, cool, I'm going to go do it to the next person. Like,
Correct.
that's another thing that I have to really get on people. It's like, no. They're trying to do something nice. Because when my wife was having an issue with our latest child, I mean, it wasn't looking good. And it was hard for me, and I had to, like, tell my own self, you know, it's like, okay, well, you just got $900 worth of gift cards. And I was like, but you have to accept the blessing, and you just have to, you know, pay it forward somehow, you know, one day. So it's a beautiful thing.
It makes you want to reciprocate for sure, and,
Yeah.
and even bigger than what it was given to you, you know. And
Yeah.
and despite what the media says, social media, whatever, I mean, they would make you think that we're in a civil war right now. That's not the case, man.
It's
There are a
not.
lot of
It's
good
so
people out
fake.
there.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to think, but there are a lot of good people.
We're on
out
a
there.
civil war on Facebook.
That's exactly
Literally,
it.
when you see the same people in real life, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was being an asshole.
It creates so much division, man. But when you really get out in your community and you're active in it like that, you see there are a lot of good people out there.
It's such
And,
false.
And they're across the aisle, and they're across cultures.
Right.
When you meet people from another culture, it's incredible.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
really
like it's eye opening. You learn things you didn't know about.
Yep.
But back on social media, you act like I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It takes zero to be a good human being, man. It really does.
Right.
But you can impact people in so many ways. It's amplified so large. If you're good to somebody, then like if you're giving somebody a coffee or a Thanksgiving dinner, it makes them want to do good. You know, when you feel like you're going to lose faith in humanity and something like that happens, it's like, man, this is awesome. How can I be part of that?
Right.
Yeah, it's huge, man.
So in conclusion today, if you guys are watching at home, if you're an entrepreneur and you're struggling with your business, I think we gave you the sauce today. Rob brought it to you. Number one, customer service. That's what he first learned when he was a little kid, you know, first job.
That's a unique
ingrained.
selling proposition.
And that customer service just leads to being kind to people, right?
Absolutely.
Being kind to people, giving, finding things to do to help other people, caring about your employees.
Yeah.
And we had Emily Castleman on. She does a similar thing. If you put time into your employees and care about them, that is going to help your business more than anything. They're your representatives.
Yep.
You know, they're the ones that are boots on the ground, that
sure.
are dealing with your clients. And if you can instill in them what you have,
Right.
that is going to just do really well. We've seen that happen with almost every business that kind of implements that. Hey, I'm going to take care of my employees.
Yeah.
It trickles down.
You know, it's. I was having lunch a few months ago with a good friend of mine, actually the guy that introduced us, kind of through text, and I was getting ready to take my employees out of town for a conference, and I do that at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. And we were having lunch. He goes, "How do you make any money, Rob?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you give a lot of money to charities and that sort of thing, and you take your employees on trips and do that kind of stuff. How do you make any money?" I'm like, man, the money that I invest in those things comes back tenfold, right?
Yeah.
And I see it. I can see the financial impact when I take them to a conference and there's something there that they learn they want to take back, and they come back and they're on fire. Dude, you can see a spike in that P&L.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but you can see that for
Retention.
sure.
Retention is huge, because, like, imagine you've got these trainers in there, and all these people are coming to see them, and then they leave because they're not being treated right by you. Then those people are leaving probably.
Right, absolutely.
And they're actually
Yeah,
upset
absolutely.
about it probably.
Yeah, they are.
You know, so that
Absolutely.
retention is huge. Even McDonald's, you go there every day, you see that same employee, and they're always there giving
Build
you that coffee.
relationships.
As soon as they get fired, you're probably like,
Yeah.
I'm not going in there anymore. So that, the retention in it of just treating your employees right keeps also your clients there.
It does. Yeah,
Awesome
because
stuff.
they're the face of your business. They're the front line. They're the one people see. So you've got to give them the same respect that you would give your customers.
Right.
And make them feel valued. I don't think nowadays enough businesses make their employees feel valued. I mean, I tell my employees, I appreciate everything you do, man, and they need to hear that. They really
You
do.
can see that no one feels valued.
No.
It's mainly corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The corporate stores, yes.
There's just no one at all feels valued, and you can see it through social media. You know, they express it. You know, I don't feel like I'm anything. Why am
Yeah.
I even doing this? And it's not just because they're not making enough money. It's because they just don't feel good about themselves anymore. They don't,
Right,
They don't get any recognition. I guarantee you can pay the people the same thing, but if you make them feel good
Right.
and feel
fight
like
the
they
algorithm.
belong and feel
Feel
like
valued.
they're important, it would change the morale of the entire place.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't think corporate will ever change that,
No.
but it's something that needs to.
You're a cog in the wheel, you know, in those places, right? But if
It's
you
something
really
to
take a
stop.
vested interest in your staff and your employees and build them up, give them the education that they need and mentor them to a certain level, and then let them do their job. You don't have to micromanage. You know, you inspect what you expect, but you don't have to micromanage, and they will do better than what you can in that position.
Micromanagers.
I see the same thing on social media all the time. You know, we just made $1 billion this quarter. Here's a pizza party from Domino's.
Yeah, pizza.
Like, dude, come on.
Right.
You could do so much better than that for the people.
Absolutely.
That make you that money.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation, though, I think you learn from it. You take what you can, extract the information that's going to help you, parlay that into something else, and then find something you want to do. Find something you're passionate about. Maybe you're not going to make as much as you did at the other place or whatever starting out, but at least you can take it. You have a foundation, and then you can parlay that into a career. I really feel that way.
100%.
Yeah. Start a business for yourself.
Right.
Yep.
You know, I think we've all kind of been in those situations.
Right. So, Rob, you said you haven't seen an episode of this, right?
I intentionally had not watched it because I wanted this to be completely organic conversation.
That means you don't know about.
Spirit animals.
I think you should make a compilation of everyone's face.
Everyone's face when he does that.
I was trying to what did he just say? Because I still don't know what he said.
Everybody's so thrown. They're like,
Sometimes he does it really loud, too.
Do it loud. Let me get the full effect.
Spirit animals.
Yeah, out of nowhere, everybody's always like, "What's happening?" Yeah, but every episode we kind of end it and we try to make it a little bit funny. Each of us will go around and, after we've gotten our impression of you, give you your spirit animal, where you came from.
I didn't even look at my notes this time, and I got a good one.
And some of them are really funny, and some of them don't make sense. Some
are
of them are insulting, mostly from
Usually
Josh.
the bad ones are from me.
Josh
All
usually
right?
calls a woman like a
I
whale
usually
or
start
something.
it off, so everything's up for me.
Gotcha. Okay, good. Because when you said that, I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to say I am? But yeah, it's better you guys.
you're
do it.
good.
I've
You
got
don't
mine
put
today.
pressure.
Plus, we panic because we're like, "Oh shit, I didn't think of one." Yeah. I got mine today.
We
You
put
got
poor
yours?
Josh Sneed on the. He put Josh on the daggone
What was
heater,
Josh's?
though.
I know John. What was his spirit?
I don't know.
We
but
made him
he
do us.
made him do all three of us
Because he's
And
a
I was like,
comedian.
oh,
He's a
man.
professional
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
He should be able to do that. He did well. He killed
He
it.
did. He did kill it.
Yeah,
He
of
made me a
course.
grizzly bear. So I was happy.
I was a pug.
I was a grizzly bear.
Josh's a good guy, and Cincy Shirts is awesome. I'm very close with his business partner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, those guys are awesome, man.
That's a
Definitely
cool
support
spot.
them.
That's what I love about doing this too, is all the interconnections, and like when you build that, it's a community.
It is.
You know, like the business community, all the owners, like we're all out here. We all know each other, and when you get into that group, we're helping each other.
Absolutely.
It's
you have
very,
to, man. Yeah.
it's awesome. So who's going first? Let's hear it, Josh.
I have him pegged as a wolf.
Okay.
That's
All right.
what I have.
Reason. Really.
Thanks. Let me hear your reason.
Yes, this is why I like to go first.
You got to come up with another one.
No, I
Hurry.
just feel like you have led from almost behind, right? So a wolf always stays behind the pack, looks at everything around. You've got a really good, team ahead of you, and you're not trying to forcefully micromanage everything. And I think that has helped you. And when you're looking back, you see your team, you're helping your community that you're walking through. So I just feel like I slam dunked that.
that's
Thank
a hell of
you.
a compliment.
Thank you.
You
everybody.
actually
Thank
did
you
really
for
well there, Josh.
Thank you for the round of applause. Appreciate it.
That was top tier out of you.
Yes, thank you.
Great,
Thank
a
you.
wolf. Makes mine feel stupid now.
It's okay. I've
Makes
called
mine
people
feel the
cows.
exact same.
I get rhino vibes from him.
Ooh.
Yeah, because like rhinos are obviously they can obviously destroy things, and they can run through a wall, they can destroy, but they're nice. Remember I was saying earlier, like they're actually nice. They're chill. They're not out there. I believe they're herbivores, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these
Yeah.
things.
So they're not even out there hunting and killing anything, but they're fierce if they're messed with,
Yeah,
and I think that that whole rhino thing of kind of bursting through, like I said, you have this kind of aura about you, this go-getter thing, and I don't think a wall would stop you. You're just going to go through it. You
good.
look at the goal and you go at it, and it doesn't matter.
Yep.
All the adversity, we know that's going to be there. No problem. I'm a rhino through that. So that's mine.
I love rhinos too, by the way. So
Yeah?
that's cool. Yeah,
Nice.
thank you. Yeah.
I think some of the largest animals on Earth are herbivores.
Yeah.
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 I tell you,
Same with the dinosaurs.
hippos scare the living daylights out of me, though. I
yeah.
never want to see them things
I
out
think
there.
they're omnivores.
Oh, those are terrifying to me.
They'll eat meat too. They'll chase
Yeah.
humans. And stuff.
Yeah, they'll kill you.
Yeah,
Right.
they're very vicious.
Yeah, they try to peg these things as these fun little animals,
will
but they're actually
murder
mean
you.
as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not coming up with something different
Okay,
because he is a wolf.
let's hear your
But
explanations.
Totally
I
fine.
have a little bit of a different approach than you. I
Yes.
believe what I was wanting to do is evolve from a wolf juvenile to a senior wolf. And,
Okay.
And at the beginning of the podcast, the way you were explaining things, you followed like the juvenile wolf to a T. You know, you were, selfless, you're headstrong, and you'd face things, as a juvenile wolf, but you would get leadership from the senior wolf. But the further we got along, you've turned into a senior wolf because you've learned discipline. You've learned patience. You've learned to lead the juvenile wolves. And I believe your whole entire life has evolved just like a wolf pack would.
Interesting.
So starting at the back of the pack, and now you're at the front of the pack, leading the people at the back of the pack. And that's what I envisioned out of a wolf. And a lot of the same things that Josh said, which I don't need to repeat. Because it just fits you well. I don't know why.
Interesting.
It just really does. It's really cool that we both came up with the same exact thing because of just the life cycle of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
The
really
one
cool.
fact that I heard Josh say that I really liked was the alpha male of the wolf. They're in the back of the pack, and they put the eldest in the front.
Yep.
Because you can always see what's.
Yeah,
going
instead of it being in front leading, it's
I
in
did
the
have
back.
it backwards. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I
and
had
then-
that fucked up.
well, I mean, you almost got there because the eldest, he's made it to the front.
But yeah, and that's true because I put my team out in front now, right? And I've mentored them to do that because that was my goal, right? To be a business owner. I didn't want to be self-employed and buy a job, right? So I mentored them to do that. So yeah, those are all great compliments, and I appreciate that.
Yep.
I will have to say, I don't mean to cut you off, Quentin, but one thing I didn't mention, I mentioned my team and my community, but something to be better for her and for our potential family together. So it really goes back to her, and she's not one of the those wives that if I'm coming home late, she's not yelling at me. She's supportive. She knows, and within our business and the way I volunteer, things run over. And it was always a running joke when I was working in the gyms that if I told her I was going to be home at 6, she knew it was going to be 7. That was always our long-running joke. But she made me want to be a better person and a better human. And I've learned a lot from her to get me to where I am today, but also to know she's going to be a solid foundation, and she's not going to be pissed off if I'm home late because I'm working or because I committed to do something else or another event that I'm doing or something. So kudos to her. And then, like I said, I've got 4 children, and they make me want to be a better person too, a better father. And now I've got 4 grandchildren that I'm trying to set the foundation for them as well. So none of this would be possible without them. So I do want to add that before we close.
Absolutely, and we have actually touched on that many times here during the podcast that without a good woman, you can't be a good businessman.
No,
it's
you
just
can't.
not out there. And like you said, there's some that don't understand, and they're like, "Why are you gone all the time?" Blah blah blah, or "Why are you working all the time? Why are you at your desk all the time?"
Right.
But the ones that do understand know that we're doing it for them and those next generations that are coming. Like we're really thinking about grandchildren and all that, and
Absolutely.
them not having to live the harder life that we did.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So definitely agree with that. I wouldn't be here without Kat. I think we talked about that last week. She came up with it. She basically told me one time, like, I think you're supposed to do marketing. I was opening businesses and closing them, open them, close them, because I didn't like doing the work. I didn't like cutting grass and all that. So yeah, shout out to the ladies.
They've got a
we're not
great
here
different
without you.
outside perspective, man. And sorry, it's my daughter calling me from school.
Thanks for talking about me on the podcast.
And my ringer is turned off, but hers just rings through. But they have a different perspective, and they can see things in us we can't see for ourselves. And that women's intuition is pretty key too. So yeah, shout out to all the women. And I just met Kat last week. She's awesome, by the way.
Great.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
she
at the
is.
gym. Yes.
That's what everybody tells me. She's awesome. She is. You guys have any closing thoughts?
No.
Jerry Springer? Nothing? All right, guys.
Yeah, I just
Perfect
appreciated all the conversation, and I think there's correlating things, and you better give back, people. That's the bit, and it does not have to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
It
giving
can
back
be little.
is a huge thing.
It's
we
not
touched
always
on.
monetary either, man.
It's
No,
not
it's
always.
not.
It can be
Your time.
And time's sometimes harder than money.
Time's the most valuable thing we have, right?
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
book, it says nothing about monetary value.
That's true.
So
So
All right, guys, this is the Make Your Move podcast. This is what we do. We bring in local business owners, entrepreneurs, people who are making their move. That way you can learn from them, grow your business, get better. Iron sharpens iron. That's what we're all about.
For sure.
And if you're out there and you're working a job that you hate and you don't like your life, well, fix it. Make your move. Do it. We've all done it. We've all shown you it's possible.